This is from Mint Press, great outlet. I now work with them for my show, Most Censored News. And this is from Alan McLeod. Google, one of the largest and most influential organizations in the modern world, is filled with ex-CIA agents. Studying employment websites and databases, Mint Press has ascertained that Silicon Valley giant has recently hired dozens of professionals from the CIA in recent years. Moreover, an inordinate number of these recruits work in highly politically sensitive fields of Google, wielding considerable control over how its product work and what the world sees on its screens and in its search results. And I think to understand just how disgusting and fucked up this is, you have to understand something about Google and something about the way people get their information. And you may know this about yourself personally, but I don't know that everybody understands how much it is like worldwide. I mean, especially America. But in America and many other countries, 80 to 90% of all search results are from Google. So that means the world's information is almost entirely coming from Google, like 80% of it. So that's A. And there are other, search engines like DuckDuckGo and Ecosia that you should check out. DuckDuckGo is, they're better than Google, but they also have been bought out by bad interests as well. Oh, and Brave. Brave is supposedly blocks all trackers. But so 80%, let's just say 80. I know that's low, but it's more like 90. But 80% of all results go to Google. But the second thing you need to know is somewhere in that same realm, 80 to 90%, I think over 90% of people never get to the second page of Google results. So whatever is on that first page, I mean, if something's on a second page or like a third page, fucking no one's going there. Like you gotta put supplies in a backpack. You gotta get a Sherpa. You start mapping it out where you go. You get special shoes. No one tracks to the second page of Google. All right. I can count on one hand the number of times I've gotten to the second page of Google. Everyone, like myself, is lazy, and we go with what's fucking shown to us. That's why it's so that's one of the ways I'm the most censored comedian is if you Google my name, yes, it might have my website there, but other than that, it basically has shit that is lies about me. It's got New York Times attack pieces about me. It's got Wikipedia, which is filled with New York Times attack pieces about me. It's all lies, unless you get like 2-3 pages in, but nobody does that. To understand how scary this is, the world, and especially the United States, but much of the world is getting their knowledge from that front page of Google, that first page. And so if you manipulate that first page, you've already won the battle. Yes, Google can claim we don't cover things up. Just make sure you go to the second page to see the thing you really wanted to see. It doesn't matter. Nobody gets to the second page. It's important to understand how lazy people are, including myself. I'm not exempting myself. I'm fucking lazy. I'm not exempting myself. All right. Chief amongst these is, in terms of the politically sensitive fields in Google, chief amongst these is the Trust and Safety Department, whose staff, in the words of then Google Trust and Safety Vice President Christy Canagallo, she said, the staff decide what content is allowed on our platform. In other words, setting the rules of the internet, determining what billions of people see and what they do not see. Before Google, Canagallo had been President Obama's deputy White House chief of staff. So that's not CIA, but just that's fucked up. If you're Obama's White House chief of staff and you're deciding what's on Google, then you know what's not on Google? Anything that goes against the U.S. empire. Anything. I mean, goes against it from a libertarian standpoint, goes against it from a leftist standpoint, goes against it from a these are the facts standpoint. White House chief of staff and is currently chief of staff at the Department of Homeland Security. Oh, great. So many of the team helping Canagallo make calls on what content should be allowed in Google searches and on platforms like YouTube, where we're former CIA employees. So then he goes to this long list, which I'm not going to read, but if you wanted to read this article, just go to Mint Press, M-I-N-T, like the mint, like leaves, mintpress.news.com. So he goes to this long list of people, and it shows on their resumes, like fucking in your face, man. They are saying, I was with the CIA for years, for years. Then Alan McLeod continues, the problem with former CIA agents becoming the arbiters of what is true and what is false and what should be promoted and what should be deleted is that they cut their teeth at a notorious organization whose job it was to inject lies and false information into the public discourse to further the goals of the national security state. Now, I know many of you are just like, this is true and you didn't even need me to read that last part. But for those of you that are a little less informed on the CIA has outwardly, besides all the horrible shit they've done over the years, fucking coups, murders, assassinations, JFK, all the awful shit that they've done over the years. Besides just that, they have said front and center that they lie, cheat, and steal. Mike Pompeo, former head of the CIA, said it. He said there were classes about lying, cheating, and steal. Their job for the CIA is to lie, cheat, and steal in order to further the U.S. empire. Now, do you want the truth or do you want bullshit that furthers the U.S. empire? What is it you want? Because if you want bullshit that furthers the U.S. empire, then apparently Google is your place because it is filled with ex-CIA. And these are not ex-CIA who got sick of the CIA and were like, I'm fucking out of here, man. I can't take this place. This is CIA that were like, I love it. It is my choice for where to be a horrible human being. I prefer CIA. So as Alan McLeod says, this continues, the lying, cheating, stealing, all that stuff continues to this day with the CIA promoting dubious stories about the so-called Havana syndrome, remember the Cuban sound weapon that was supposedly giving only U.S. diplomats a light headache for a week? Did that not sound like bullshit from day one? Yeah, that came from the CIA. And also how the Russian government was supposedly offering money to the Taliban to kill U.S. soldiers, which, although many of us said, that's obviously bullshit from day one, the CIA has now admitted that that's not actually true. That didn't happen. If you don't understand how horrible the CIA is and reason this is a problem, then you should listen to my other podcast, Government Secrets, where almost every week one of the secrets we reveal is about the CIA, and I think you'd learn a lot from that. But either way, you shouldn't want Google run by a U.S. intelligence agency, and Alan McLeod and Mint Press have proven that's what it is, that it is fully filled with CIA. And also some of the seed funding to make Google the biggest search engine in the world came from In-Q-Tel, which is CIA's venture capital arm, meaning they fund things. Another fun fact. I covered that story when it broke a few years ago. But okay, folks, that is moment of clarity for today. But if you feel like you got $1 out of this, I'm completely independently funded now. I'm one of the most censored people in America, and I need viewers to give a shit and to put $1 a week into supporting this stuff. And if you feel that's you, if you feel you're capable of that, then go to leecamp.net. It will forward you to my locals page. You'll also get all kinds of exclusive stuff, exclusive articles, exclusive live stream Q&A with me where I chat with everybody every Friday at noon Eastern. So you get loads of stuff. And even if you don't care for any of that stuff, you'll be supporting my work. So leecamp.net. Also, my new show, The Most Censored News, is on YouTube at Behind the Headlines, but you can also watch it all at Mint Press as well. That's my new show. And last but not least, I'm performing in London and Berlin. Live shows. I haven't done live shows forever. It seems like forever. It's been years. So these are going to be fun. London and Berlin shows. That is October 5th and 12th. And all you got to do is go to leecamp.com, not this website, leecamp.net, but the other one, leecamp.com, and click schedule, and you will see ticket links for those shows. All right, folks, I will see you Wednesday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I will have Jill Stein on with me. Keep fighting.